Hey everybody, Steven here. So today I just want to give you another update on the project. As you can see, there's a lot of more stuff happening in ArchiCAD because I was thinking to start playing down my presentations, and I would like to have isometric view that kind of show the context and the type of building that you'd see around my site. So I just uh, I just went on Google Map, as you can see here, and then because the web app for the mapping in Teddy doesn't allows you to extract the data, the lines, so I just have to trace over. Took a while, but I'm pretty pleased with the result, and I think later on I just need to kind of add more details on the roofing and maybe the facade of the building that are on the facing the waterfront, and of course I'll need to put some trees and yes. So for the design itself, maybe what you can see that's a bit different is this part here. I kind of extended the museum to just allow for more space. I've created this roof here because that was the open space. For me, there was supposed to be like the lagoon, something that's protected, where people can come and chill out. But I realized that Tahiti is super hot. Usually people try to go under the shade or somewhere that's sheltered. So I guess for this space to be usable all year long, I was thinking to just provide some type of cover, and that's kind of what it looks like. Different angles, and the plane that are facing the sun will be kind of semi-transparent. I think here I need to add some of the rafters that would kind of create patterns that would kind of simulate being under the palm trees. And let's go in perspective view. I think it's a bit easier to navigate. Oops. Oh, of course everything disappear. And just gonna show. Okay, and we're gonna click this little guy so we can just fly away. What else did I change? Well, here actually we'll go back to the view that we had, zoom in, and I'm just gonna do a cut, and we're gonna go to memorial, press OK. So that's the memorial below. So you come down, either take the staircase. I think it's easier to go from the ground floor first so you understand a bit better. So that's the ground floor. You enter from there, you get reception here, you'll have the gift shop, and you get staircase either going directly to the museum above or you'd go down. One thing that I changed is the locations of that square. I don't even know if I talked about it in the previous video, but you know how at the back I have that void that would represent the part that's missing, and like maybe the destructions that was caused by the nuclear testing. Well, at the front I wanted something that kind of represent the image of Tahiti right now, where we want to push maybe like the beauty of the island. So I was thinking to have like the same type of box, but this one will be filled with water and just like an aquarium. So people would come in here and they'll see this huge aquarium, a lot of exotic fish, a lot of colorful, which will contrast a bit, well, contrast a lot with what's at the back. And I put it at the back, and I'll tell you later on why I did that. But this allows for a cleaner circulations with the staircase on one side, up and down, and having the elevator on here. Okay, so this is the ground floor, and we're just gonna move back to the memorial, and let's go memorial 2 first. So you'd go down, and then you either can go to the lower gallery area, or you can just move to the right and then access the gallery that's above. Here we still see the bottom of the aquarium, and then you go there, circulate here, and then here you get the choice to either go back up to the museum, or you can take the ramp down to go back to the gallery. Of course, the one in the middle, which represent the timeline, the one that is the same for both sides, will also be used some type of gallery. Yes, so you go down, and here you can access the lower part of the memorial, where I think this is going to be used as a gallery, talking about the history and of the nuclear testing and maybe some of the consequences. And here at the back, there's just some area for services and storage. So when you finish here, you can go back up to Memorial 2. So that's Memorial 2 and 1. And if you go back up to the ground floor, so here you come back here, and then you can take a staircase again. Here normally you would have another door. I think I forgot to put that here, but you can access this area. This area is just like a place where you sit, and you will look above, like there'll be an opening, and it's just a void, and the light's coming through from the top. And so this part is going to be the library. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do a library there, because it kind of feels too small for a library. It might just be a cafe. The whole space is going to be a cafe, and here at the back might be the kitchen area. But we'll see. And so let's go to the courtyard level. Courtyard level. So this is the place where people chill out and get the ramp. You can come up here, and there's the ramp access from the other side as well, and the staircase to the park here. So you can see the staircase keep going up, so you can actually go underneath, and like the memorial below is connected to the museum without interfering with the courtyard level. And now we go to the museum part. So you'd come up here, and this is like a bigger space where you can have exhibitions about the Tahitian cultures, like art and craft. And so you come here, display area there. Here I'm thinking to allow people to go on the outside. So like those windows could be just like windows that can open, so you can feel the wind, and you can have views to the waterfront. And there may be some gallery as well. So you come here, go there. This is another exhibition space, and that allows you to go to the roof garden above. This area here, I left it for offices that will be used for the people working there. And you can still see some of the aquarium there. This is like the staircase that's coming from the ground floor, connecting directly to here. And you can either come to this staircase to go to the roof level, or you can just take that ramp. I mean, the ramp was to provide accessibility for like wheelchair access, and also to kind of create that scenic route if people wanted to go on the outside. And you also have another staircase here that will take you to the top of the memorial. So now let's go to the roof garden. So the roof garden is not all the way to the top, but that's just the top of the existing building that's going to be demolished, where you just keep the facade. So this level here is it's just like a roof deck, and you can come here and look at the waterfront and the top of the aquarium. I was thinking, well, the top is actually a way to access the aquarium for like maintenance if people need to clean, but I still want to design it in a way to show that there's an aquarium below. And then here you would have another staircase that will take you all the way to the top, to the roof. So you come here, and here you get a roof garden, and here there's another maybe exhibition space, but that's outdoor, and it's connected to the top of the memorial. This is the opening that I was talking about that would let the light through, and from below the only thing that you see is the sky. I guess it's just to evoke that something is empty, something that's missing, and maybe as you walk through the museum and look at the exhibitions, you kind of understand a bit more what we lost, and maybe the things that we need to retrieve. And yeah, I guess that's the program and the circulations. If I'm just gonna create a section cut so you can see the circulations in the middle and how that timeline has been used to kind of link all the buildings together. Like the timeline is a way to kind of bring the different memories, the history connected, but it's also being used to connect the building itself by providing a unified circulation. Okay, you have to select that. Building computer is a bit slow because I'm recording. Okay, as you can see, that's the ground level. You get the ramp up here, the level to the courtyard. You get another ramp that takes you from the museum to the roof garden, and there's another ramp that's connecting the top gallery to the bottom gallery. And then this one I just added some beams to, well, first to brace the building, but also to create shadows that are kind of interesting and that will change during the day. Yeah, this is something that I still have yet to design, but I think that'll be for a later stage. I don't really need to do everything right now. I was talking to my supervisor. She said usually a design that we present is like a scheme concept, like doesn't need to be fully developed. That would be for later stage, but the overall idea needs to be there. Yeah, so that's where I'm at, and I'm just gonna make another cut to show you. I think it needs to be in perspective mode. It's easier to create those type of cuts. And I want to show you this one. Oops. Click outside. Custom plane and make sure that it's parallel to that plane. So you can see this is the staircase that's taking from the gallery 1 to the ground level, and then here you would have the other staircase from the ground level to the museum area. And this one is important because it shows that they're actually not connected with the courtyard level. It's kind of compressed here. It's about 2.2 meters. People can still go through, no problem. And it will create that effect of compression, and decompression will make things look kind of a bit bigger, I guess. And that's the kind of play of shadow that I was aiming for. I was also thinking that the top, instead of just being clear glass, could be covered with water, so it would kind of create another layer of patterns that will be projected onto that wall. And yeah, there's some cleanup to do here. And let's push a bit further in so you can see the inside of the memorial. Finalize. So that's how the memorial is structured. Here at the bottom, which is only accessible through the gallery 1 at the lowest level, you would have exhibitions, and here at the bottom, and maybe like a wall dedicated to the person that the victims of the nuclear test on that wall. And here you just have a space that's empty with some sitting here, and there's emptiness with that opening there. I was even thinking in the future as a part of the exhibition, and you could have a light projector that would create a beam. I don't know, maybe to commemorate when a nuclear test happened. Yep. And you can see how those two places are linked. I was thinking you can have another gallery there, or viewpoints, provided some sitting area as well, so that it's accessible even when it's raining. Okay, so that's it for kind of new stuff that I've designed. And now what I want to talk about is kind of the urban planning of the site, because since the beginning I've only worked on the design by just staying within the contour, within the side boundary, so this thing here. And when I was designing that roof there, I just felt like everything was getting cut. But then I thought in like the best scenario would be to kind of redesign the whole block, so that this space is not just cramped, because I was thinking of this idea of the atoll, where you get the reef all around, that it's surrounding the lagoon, so something that's protected. And I was wondering if I could do that here. And if we go to Photoshop, so that's a kind of floor plan of the design at the moment. Let me take some right color. So I was thinking that instead of just having this as a like flat open space that people can chill out, maybe we could use the whole space, like from here to here. Maybe this could be a flat space, and because also this one here. So instead of just designing thinking that this is it, we just have that building, I was going to design thinking of possible redevelopment of the whole area, which means that I wouldn't need to cover the whole thing. And yeah, and here I was thinking, because right now this space is just like a parking lot. Like if I were to go to Google Map, also that's the back side. As you can see, those buildings are in dear need of kind of renovations. Oops, let's go here. So this is the roundabout. Just keep going, and you can see this is just a parking lot. So I was thinking, why not continue this series of trees all around to provide some shadings, and this turn into like a park where people can chill out. And this is going to be the access through the museum. So let's just this access, and so like I was saying, just take some green. If we could have like trees here to get some protections. This is going to be a park, and maybe we can have another row of trees here that would kind of guide us to the inside inner courtyard. You can be accessed through here. I think there's an entry there. You can access through here, and I think there's an access here as well, and of course access through there. So as you can see, it kind of creates, I don't know, it just makes more sense to design in thinking that the whole block is going to be redeveloped, so that this space here, let's take another pin, like this one could be like a retail space where you can have like restaurants. So I can see restaurants on the rooftops, restaurant at the bottom, so, and some table outside that people can eat. And this one could be the library or the education block. So the other one will be about the history. It's educations, but maybe about what happened before. And this area, it's about learning and maybe getting better. So library, and so it's another block in itself. It doesn't need to be crammed here. So maybe here that bottom area could be, I don't know, maybe the cafe. But yeah, it could be anything. And so you have two blocks, like a park here, and maybe this is gonna be elevated, so it's the same level as this, and you would have maybe, so it's flat here, and you would have some type of staircase that will take you up, and this is the ground level, staircase here, and here that was the aquarium. So that's one of the reason why I changed the location of the aquarium, because first I wanted to having to be seen by the people coming in and along the staircase, but if it was in the center here, people who are around this area wouldn't be able to see it. But now it's becoming the corner, and it's in display for the public, so it's for everybody. They could see it, because I would see the aquarium being lit at night with some LED lights, and that would kind of highlights the the corals, the colors going to be more vibrant. So maybe even at night this place is being used as a food gathering place. Yeah. Cool. And then because it's elevated, there'll be people could go either up or below, and I could have some openings to get lights at the bottom. Yeah, I'm just thinking at the same time, developing my concept. Because now I could, instead of having a full roof, maybe I could leave that open and just right there create some paths, covered paths that links the building together. So I'd have one covered path here, one along this axis, maybe one along here, and maybe one along here, and maybe this is covered. This is covered as well. Yeah. Then you get one big open space, so people can, if it's too hot or whatever, they can stay around here or there, or they can just go into the restaurants, the library, and there's like parks, and maybe along here. Well, if it's too hot, they can just go below it. Yeah, they can just go below it. Oh, that's a good idea. And then I create those holes there, so I can have some maybe some trees coming out. So there'll be trees coming up from here. So those will provide shadings for the people above, and then I can have some seatings. And maybe I can have oh, maybe here. I'm just having fun. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do next. I'll try to come up with a simple idea, just so that when I do my floor plans and site plans, there's a bit more going on, and it will kind of take my design that I made for the museum to kind of next level, to show how it kind of integrates with the rest of the context, and not just designing as one thing by itself. Because I do want to represent kind of unifications and build something that'll be useful for everybody. Okay. Oh, I think also one part of I want to do as well is to kind of transform this area here into like a share laneway. So you get the trees here, so I will kind of remove all those car parking on that side and just provide some trees, which are already there actually, but then maybe some seating for people, and then here you got some restaurants and some of the tables. Calc can still go through, but it's mainly going to be for people. Okay, well, that's it for this week's update. If you have any question, just put it in the comments, and hopefully next week I have some more finished drawing to show.